Okay, let's get into your natal aspects. This is the juicy tidbit of your reading. And I'm going to keep this very generalized, and I'm going to send you a much more detailed explanation with the actual degrees and very explicit information about what I have here. But like I said, just for the video and our digital sake, I'm going to keep it short and brief, okay? I'm only going to go over your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So let's clarify exactly what your natal aspects are. Your sun sign is Aries. Your moon sign is Scorpio, and your ascendant is Cancer. Your ascendant sign is Cancer. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about what that actually means. So being an Aries sun, this makes you sort of the first, you're an Aries native. This makes you first to do whatever you start and the first to finish whatever it is that you set out to do. This is, the new beginning for the rest of us. Aries is all about the adventure, the new beginning, and the action, okay? You guys really love to exert lots of energy. You like to get things done, and, you're straightforward and direct. You like to keep it uncomplicated as much as possible. You typically expect the same result or response from other people, and you get really baffled when you don't get this from others. All right, so your body is going to be a really important thing for you. That's the development, the shape, the physique, whatever you care about for your body. You're going to spend a lot of time thinking about and perfecting your body. Aries people are natural athletes anyway. You may struggle with patience. You never really could be very patient, and you don't like having long, drawn-out emotional moments either. Aries typically likes anything new, anything artsy. You love to start new things. You like to be the first to do something. You like to pioneer whatever it is that you're doing. One of your basic qualities is bravery. And of course, you're an Aries. Independence is your birthright. So you really love being independent. Nothing really gets you going more than a fresh slate, a promise of a new day, and of course, a brand new start. You love challenges, and you're happiest when things are moving forward and they are progressive, and you can stay active and, really using your energy is where you're happiest. Unfortunately, though, some of your weaknesses could be that you have impulsiveness, even nervousness, and you could suffer from a lot of wastefulness. Provoking nature, maybe even restless and changeability. You could struggle with change. But because you're in Aries with an ascendant of Cancer, this means that you may not come across as a typical Aries to other people. You're going to come across as more softer, much more docile, much more compassionate type of person. And you may also have an indifference with emotions. You may not want a really big display of emotions, or you may not participate in it, but you'll be compassionate to it. So if it comes to you, you may even find inside of yourself, the ability to be patient to allow someone to express their emotions. That will be the Cancer ascendant in the Aries. So like I said, I wanted to keep this short and brief. Here's your moon in Scorpio. While others are looking for more security and comfort in material things, you would be looking for emotional intensity instead. You are what's called a lunar Scorpio. You're a digger of sorts. When it comes to emotions, you want to get to the bottom of it. You like to dig really deep and get to the core of a person. And because of this, you have the ability to see what others can't see. And of course, depending on your audience, this is going to be either very attractive or very intimidating characteristic to receive from you. So be careful how you push. And for you, there'll be a deep-seated need to either transform, experience transformation, or even rebirth. This is where you're going to manifest into the lives of a Lunar Scorpio in different ways. You're going to have a very powerful and emotionally intense life because of this. Sometimes it's going to feel like it's beyond your control. There will be periods of time where you'll have emotional upheaval and your life will appear to be consistent with, dramatic ups and downs. However, when, accepting these emotional roller coasters as an emotional need for rebirth and change, it helps it to be not so dramatic and overwhelming. You'll be able to identify that this is part of your Lunar Scorpio, characteristic. It's because of your need to intensely experience emotions. And if your life seems regular, or if you feel on a subconscious level that you're just really living a boring, ordinary life, you will intentionally stir up things and stir up trouble and stir up relationships to create this emotional excitement, because this is how your Lunar Scorpio is actually developing the self-awareness and acceptance. This is probably the best way that you handle your deep need for emotional drama. Wow, that's intensive. You do not find any type of fulfillment in doing anything halfway. You need things to be done to a very full completion, a full degree of intensive completion. Kind of an all or nothing person. This is a Scorpio trait, and you're a Lunar Scorpio, which is how you will behave. And it's going to be a perception perceived by others from the outside looking in. And yeah, you're going to be an all or nothing person with the people that you really want to conjugate with. Your need to satisfy this, seriously in-depth emotional security is going to be, it's going to actually force you to change relationships often, looking for that intensity, looking to satisfy that desire for intensity. And when you finally do find a relationship that does cater to that emotional intensity, then you become extremely loyal. You'll stay there forever. And you'll be extremely protective of that relationship as well. Your intuition can be very, very big, really enormous, but it can seem to others as if it's self-serving. These are really beautiful qualities because, you're radiating self-strength, and that's a beautiful thing. And even in the absence of the experience, you may seem to just know things. And, it could be difficult to shock or scare away a Lunar Scorpio because you like to face emotional honesty and power. You love the intensity of that. And this is a part of you that you may not understand. You have an exceptional radar that really allows you to sort of size up a situation, whether it's in person or not, and you can do it quickly and expertly, as if you really are in the knowing. And this is why this can be really intimidating to some people, but then other people are extremely attracted to this quality in you. You just have this amazing ability to understand human motivation and nature, and it can be too close to comfort or for comfort for some people. For others, it's actually very comforting, and they welcome you in because of this gift that you have. And, this makes you be really intelligent and astute in certain situations. When you use these powers for intimacy and honesty, this is when you can be the happiest. This is when you make the most interesting and rewarding friends and lovers. So basically, to summarize your Lunar and your Scorpio characteristics, this makes you courageous and brave, a very independent person. You're not fearful of any type of nature, and you can be very sensual and progressive as a woman. And the downside or the unfortunate side of being a Lunar Scorpio or having your moon in Scorpio is that your weaknesses can be excessive or excesses of pleasure of the flesh. You could really enjoy a lot of sexual contact, a lot of fleshy stuff. Just really be too obsessed with the body. And your emotional life could be very, very rich. And, that can get you in a little bit of trouble. Also, sensual delights and sensuality. And you can also have a difficulty of letting go of people, letting go of places and things. This could be really hard for you because sometimes we just have to let go of certain things so that we can hold on to others. And usually that means ourselves. And this can be a weakness for you. Okay, so let's look at your ascendant in Cancer. Now, again, I'm just going to keep this really brief. Cancer people, I like to say that Cancer brings the compassion that without Cancer's ability to exert, feel, and, generate compassion, that humanity really would not know true compassion without Cancer. So your ascendant is in Cancer, which means that you were a Cancer sign in your past lifetime, and some of your Cancer baggage is what you're dealing with in this particular lifetime. Anything that was not healed or fixed in your Cancer life is what you're working on now. Of course, you'll have to do a soul contract to get to the bottom of what exactly that is. A soul contract karma spread with me. I can't remember how much it is. I know it's on sale, but it will help me to tell you exactly what you should be working on now. We could also determine if that's from your Cancer or from your current life or not. And we'll also see what some of that is in the rest of this past life reading. So we'll get to the bottom of it. So ascendant and Cancer people are very gentle creatures. There's something very familiar about people in Cancer. They're the guy or the girl next door type of energy. And, when they enter into a room, they don't walk in with a splash. Instead, they move in with, to the sides, and they weave their way inwards. These people have a familiar feel to them because they're rather sensitive to their environment. They can get flustered easy, especially in public. All right. And their first instinct when threatened is or on any type of unfamiliar ground is to protect themselves. And, that's kind of what we all do. But Cancer people have a way of doing it that's unique to the way others do it. And, when situations present themselves that can make you feel uncomfortable, make you feel the need to protect yourself, this is when they, Cancer people withdraw or they act shy. And generally, and I've already pinpointed somewhere, I believe it was in some of your Aries, but also your lunar Scorpio could actually make you feel a little shy sometimes, all right? So you may actually deal with a lot of shyness in your current life. But when circumstances make you feel uncomfortable, this is when you become shy. So it's not that you're shy, it's like a switch that you're able to turn on. And that comes from your Cancer mostly. Even though you can be perceived as being shy, you're going to come across as caring. You're going to be that quiet, sweet, even innocent type of woman. Usually these people appear to be unassuming, although they're usually quite approachable. Some Cancer ascendants, however, have, they retreat into themselves so much, that they can be opposite of what they truly are. Now, when you were born, there's also Capricorn in the area of your descendant. All right, so this is going to actually cause you to look for structure and security in your partner and in your partnerships. You're going to be looking for a partner to fulfill your life mission of complacency or that balancing. You're going to look for a partner who can control things or be in control, who can be dominating, and who can really handle his own, who can really wear the pants. Because you function best when your partner is able to display their strength. You love a partner who can demonstrate financial and emotional stability and know-how. You really are attracted to someone who knows what they know and they could just go and do it and show it, and they don't have to, figure things out or read anything. You love that, and that's, what you thrive on, and that's really what you're looking for in a relationship. You prefer well-defined rules and security as a basic need, and you're generally more willing to give up some of your personal freedom in order to get it. In some cases, because you're a Cancer ascendant and you've got Capricorn in your sign at the time that you're born here, you're going to come across as rather unassuming, maybe even family orientated. When it comes to marriage, you're going to have a matter-of-fact, practical approach. So this could be really good, helping you to, secure a really stable traditional marriage. And just a quick side note, Capricorn is actually in your 8th house at the time of your birth, which is your love and relationship and friendship and marriage house. And it seems to be unproblematic. A quiet relationship, maybe with a few hiccups, but nothing really serious. And faithfulness. I strongly suggest that you may find loving compatibility with a Capricorn person. All right, that's Earth energy, so check it out. All right, let's keep moving forward. All right, so let's go over some of your transits for the next few days, just so you have an idea of what to expect. I'm going to start with July 8th. All right, for July 8th, what you should think about, worry about, and be most concerned about is Jupiter. And let's say you're going to have a conjunction actually between Jupiter and the moon, and this is going to cause you a positive aspect. This will help you to have this desire to transform things in home. All right, you may actually be looking to purchase a new home. This is a good indication that it might be a good time. You may want to change your residence, although you may be inclined to want the biggest and the best home. Yeah, by the way you're feeling, of course, at this time, you gotta, be sensible and be logical. All right, get what you can afford, not what you want. Be really, really reasonable. Your sense of humor is going to be improved, and there's going to be an ability to derive some sort of pleasure from life. It's going to be augmented a bit for you. I don't know what pleasure that would be. You can let me know, but you're going to come to this sort of circle of wanting to spice up your home and wanting to improve your close relationships. You're going to want to receive more warm and sincere energy from others, and you're also going to be wanting to put that out. So do something to improve your domestic life, whether it's a simple redecoration of your home or an actual relocation with a new address. If you're thinking about it, maybe this is your hint or your message to go ahead and put those plans into fruition. You may want to do some work or buy something to make your home even more comfortable or pretty, or get a room ready for a baby because it's a fertile period for you as well. If you're single, this is a good time for you to meet someone to love. And if you would like to go out and meet people, above all, you could actually be meeting a soul brother as well. And then you've got your ascendant in opposition with Pluto. This is going to cause you a negative aspect. This is going to make you not be happy with yourself or content with your lot, your life, or maybe your work. You could completely change your opinions, your ideas, or your taste about a particular matter. This change will probably not be a beneficial change, and you might even go too far in revolt against your routine habits or etc. Your circle will leave you alone, and because of this, you will be unbearable. So try not to make any drastic or harsh changes that will affect you or, of course, the people around you. Okay, and you have a trine with Mercury and Mars, which, a trine typically means that there is destiny there. There's something that will be gifted to you because of this energy cycle. And for you, what I'm seeing is that it's going to be a very positive, but a very short-term aspect. It's going to cause you to be really full of amazing energy, and you'll want to take on the workload of Hercules. Be careful, you can completely burn yourself out. You will be eager to share your ideas, and you may be especially expressive. It's a good time to be objective about, or maybe to analyze what drives you and the things that you feel passionate about. Be really careful. There are gifts for you to receive in this energy cycle, and it will happen and it'll be over as quickly as it happens. So really allow things to come to you. Don't reject anything, because things could come in disguise. Then you've got Venus and Neptune actually forming a square. And where there's a square, there's, tempered energy where you have to kind of learn something. You've got to slow down. You've got to pay attention. And this can be really difficult and challenging energy. Hold on, I'll tell you more about it. Well, I do see that this is going to be a really short-term aspect for you. So, it's starting here on the 8th. It'll be over soon. And it's going to cause you to feel not much at ease. You're going to feel as though things are just not that all is not well around you. You're going to actually see, feel, and understand the emptiness around you. And it could actually make you feel as if you're in a thick fog. You're going to be very, very unlikely to feel like doing much in the way of your, typical work routine. You're going to even be lazy and maybe even quite distracted. You are seducible. All right. And you're going to be, a very, very persuasive to anyone who's manipulative. So be really careful. You could give in to fantasies, and you could have really poor judgment in this energy cycle, particularly in love and with friends. So anything regarding money, not seeing any type of reality, could actually fall prey to deception. Be really, really careful and pay attention, okay? All right. Then you're also going to have trining is going to be Venus and Saturn. This is good. This is more destiny, more gifts. And anything that involves Venus, I always say, yahoo! And Saturn is all about teaching you lessons. So here's what I see. It's going to be a positive short-term aspect. It's going to happen real fast. Anything that Saturn's been teaching you, Venus is going to bless you if you can show and prove that you've learned your lessons. So let's see what's in store for you. So it's going to be a really subtle gift, all right? What I can see is it's going to be a gentle receipt of things sort of falling into place. You may even have the recognition that things are really kind of working out, like, oh my God, everything is okay. And that's going to be Venus and Neptune Venus and Saturn in that trine for you. And that's going to give you responsibilities and the rewards that they bring. You're going to have an appreciation for your responsibilities, and you'll be able to reap the rewards of having been, mindful and persistent and staying on track with the things that you're responsible for. So yay, I'm looking forward to that for you. And then you've got Pluto and Venus in a square. So again, more challenges. This is going to be from the 8th on. This is going to last for a little while. I'll figure out exactly how much of it is going to be in this cycle. You're going to actually experience, this is going to cause your emotional life to be really stormy. You're going to have difficulty with sexual understanding in your partner. Your partner may want sexual experiences that you're not used to, you're not open to, or you just can't really understand. All right. This could cause you to feel jealousy. It could cause you to think that you're no longer loved, and it could cause you to accuse your partner of cheating and infidelities, and it could trick your mind into believing that there's someone else. This can cause fits of jealousy, and well, I'm speaking the truth. It can cause fits of jealousy, and I can see that you could be doing really unfortunate behaviors. You could be acting out, seriously having like misbehaviors, having real big girl fits. All right, so be mindful. That is your Pluto and Venus in square. And, the thing for you to do is to really break down each of those emotions and sort of pick up the pieces and move on. If you think that someone is cheating on you, you need to talk about that in an adult manner. Don't have a fit, don't have a behavior, because you could really sabotage something quite beautiful by misinterpreting certain energies. And what I'm seeing is this is going to be a major long-term transit in your cycle. This transit is going to actually affect you for a long time, sort of breaking down your relationships and causing you to find the meaning through your romantic connections and your partnerships. And of course, when you learn the lesson, you'll be able to move on forward. But, Venus is all about love, and Pluto is all about destruction. So it's going to destroy what you know as love, and it's going to, help you to rebuild what a new vision of love should be, what was intended for you. So, if someone is trying to leave you and someone really is cheating, let them go. It's part of the cycle. It's what Pluto is doing. Pluto is going to cause destruction, but Pluto is also going to, like I said, make you act a fool. It's going to make you act so crazy in your love relationship that you will destroy something that is potentially very good for you. So you got to grow up. And this is all in relative to your romantic relationships. So you will go to war with your lover when there's really no fight to be had. So, oh my God, please be careful. What they're trying to do is actually help you to discover a new layer to your love life, something that goes much more deeply than you've ever experienced before. Sometimes this is to transit into an associated divorce or a separation. If the relationship that you're having is not meant to be, it will be destroyed. And if it is meant to be, it's going to grow into something that you've never thought possible. Your love is going to transform. It's going to be more than you ever dreamed of. But sometimes that means tearing down what you have. So I really don't know the logistics of your particular relationship, but you could be ending a 20-year marriage to start something new, something that's more closer to your truth. You may become obsessed with your commitments or your partner during this time. You could also experience, an over-obsession with males in particular. You'll be manipulative and controlling, and you're going to display all of this, to your partners. You're going to be explosive, just very jealous and negative and hurtful. So, it's going to be uncontrollable. You're not going to understand why or what. You're really going to be blaming everyone else, and you're going to be blaming your partner in particularly. Accusing them of cheating, accusing them of wanting someone else, accusing them of doing things that they're probably not even doing. If this is happening, this is Pluto trying to show you that it's time for you to get rid of this connection. Pluto is trying to direct you to let this one go. All right. And resisting this process is likely to do more harm than good. So if you're feeling the urges to accuse someone, there is something that Pluto is trying to show you. It's not necessarily that this person is bad for you, but it may be necessary that Venus is trying to bring in something or someone that is so much more better. Remember, this cycle is about bringing you to a new level of love. This energy cycle will also cause you to have money problems, poor spending decisions. Things that you've normally done with money are going to sort of come to head. All right. Your old ways of dealing with money are not going to work anymore. And you're going to need to face up to the reality that, you're making some financial indecision and it's hurting you now. It's caught up with you. All right. By the end of the transit, you should have a renewed sense of worth. Although getting to that point is going to be, it's going to be really unpleasant. It's going to be painful. I promise you it will be painful. But by the time it's over, you will be thankful. And then you can look forward to Saturn and Lilith in pure opposition. This is a really negative aspect. This is more pain. All right, this is going to hurt you. This is going to be a time for you to take stock of your life, but professionally, more in particular, your family level and your emotional level as well. It's going to be difficult for you to open your eyes, but this will be a period of time where you're going to be forced to, because they've been firmly shut until now, where you've been, sort of oblivious to certain aspects of your professional, your family, and your emotional levels. Well, you're going to be faced to look at them, and it's going to be very difficult to assume your responsibilities, even though you feel that you're eventually going to have to do so. So this is going to be sort of like a black enough period of time for you where you're going to feel really overwhelmed, all right? And you may even be thinking of ways to get out of it, but, thinking that everything is going to be rosy and peachy creamy afterwards, but it doesn't quite work out that way, all right? If you feel strong and sure and proud of yourself, then keep with that energy, stay with that. And in this energy cycle, I want you to look for someone who is elder, someone that you trust, someone that you can talk to, someone that can help you. In any of these particular areas, or all of them if necessary. All right, and then your final transit for the 8th is going to be Uranus and Lilith in sextile. This is juicy energy. This is going to give you a really positive aspect. This is going to help you with your independence, and this will be about Uranus. Uranus kind of helps you be independent, breaking apart from the masses. This is where entrepreneurs leave a job and say, you know what, I can do my own thing and I can do it better, and they actually succeed. That's Uranus energy. You're going to need to really be you. And, independence, like I said, this is Aries wanting to be independent. There's going to be a great breeze of freedom that will blow you forwards. You got to let yourself go and all will be fine. After this period, you're going to be in a great form to accomplish all or any of your tasks. Everything works for your good if you're feeling good. And you're going to have a lot of self-confidence. You will know your own limitations and you'll know exactly where to go if you follow your heart. You've got to really trust your heart. You're an Aries sun. If your heart is pulling at you to do or go, you got to trust that and you've got to go. All right? You're going to be fine. Uranus and Lilith, this is really you just tearing down the house and doing what you got to do. Being independent. All right, let's move on. And so those energy cycles and things are going to actually continue. So as I explained, I'm going to give you sort of the energy synopsis for the next few days to get you moving forward from where you are today. And the only thing that you're going to have really different for an energy cycle on July 9th is going to be Mercury and the Sun will be in a trine, giving you a beautiful, positive, short-term aspect. This will be a good position if you're in an examination period or some sort of competition. This is a fortunate aspect for memory and professional relationships. All right, so you're going to be much more witty and clearer than usual. Any conversation with someone in authority may be enlightening at this time. It's a good time to seek advice as well. So if you're looking to inquire about information about anything, looking to someone in authority is going to be a great way to get that resource fulfilled. All right, let's move on. Good news for July 10th, these energy cycles will continue, so there'll be no significant changes in July 10th. That always means to me, balance, balance, balance. And for July 11th, we've got a very interesting transit. This is going to give you some really positive energy. This is going to be Venus and Lilith in a sextile. Oh my God. Sexual encounters. All right. Check this out. Be really careful and please, please, please protect yourself. Here's what this energy cycle or transit is going to or is conducive of as far as an experience for you. It's going to make you feel really loving. And if you're single, you will have a passionate relationship, or the potentiality of this happening is very, very probable. All right. Your sexual needs are going to be great and will be satisfied. And if not, you will look elsewhere with no problem. All right. If you're already committed to a partner, you will have difficulty continuing with the same sexual and emotional relationship that you've typically had up until now. Time and habit of certainty have changed a relationship, and there could be a block in the sexual relationship with your partner. You dare not to show your present needs. Your sexual desires, in short, your partner will not particularly arouse you either. Is a small problem to solve, and it could solve itself if you let it. Don't worry, it's not your problem. It's because your partner is not necessarily under the same planetary aspects. So you may have some sort of sexual desire, some sort of sexual fantasy that just simply needs to be fulfilled. And if you are in a relationship, it's not going to be satisfied, which is going to sort of give birth to a new desire that could cause you to, exert that energy elsewhere. So, yeah, I would say talk to your partner and let them in on this little secret fantasy, and maybe it could spice up your life, your love life with your partner. Otherwise, if you're single, you could actually have some sort of really quick fling, like a one-night stand, or just sex in the bathroom type of thing with someone out of urgency. So like I said, please be careful. Use protection. All right. Now, this is a positive aspect. It's not going to last long at all. It could last just really 24 hours to 48 hours. Not much longer than that. And we are talking about you on July 11th. So let's keep moving forward. Okay, and so for July 12th, I don't see any differences. I do see that sextile of Venus and Lilith is continuing forward. So at least for the minimum, for the 48 hours, yeah, you're definitely going to be under that sort of sexual spell where you just want some crazy sex, like you want it hard and deep and unusual, in a very unusual way. And for July 13th, I see the energies sort of soften for you. There's no real energy transit change, except for the fact that Mercury and Mars, the trine that you were dealing with, that sort of falls away. So that burst of energy that you had where you were feeling like Hercules, that's gone. I told you that was going to be a really short energy cycle, and that falls away. So by the time the 13th rolls around, you're going to be a little tired and a little exhausted. Also, the Venus and Lilith, that's gone. That's gone. So any strange sexual desires or needs that you needed to satisfy, that period of time is over. You would have been done with that the day before on the 12th. So by the 13th, you're kind of back to your normal self, ready to get back to work. Your focus is going to be on your emotional life, which you're still going to be having some sort of, destructive energy as well, and your sexual understanding with your partners. You're going to be really looking at your partner, trying to figure out, are they satisfying you? Are they worth holding on to? All of those types of questions. So same energy, just sort of lightening up. It's going to get a lot simpler and easier for you to deal with. And for July 14th, I see exactly no change. Very consistent with the day before. The very same energies will be received to you. And I see that... I see that there's still a very big focus on your relationship. All right, but this is your emotional stuff, and be careful. This is Pluto. You're under the influence of Pluto in your love relationships and your level of love. So you're going to have to level up or, break it down. Pluto is the destroyer. Your relationships could potentially be absolutely destroyed. Remember, this is you having outbursts, being jealous, being outrageous, behaving in a manner that is inconsistent with, reality, inconsistent with what's really going on. All right, so be very careful how you proceed. Okay, and from July 15th all the way until the 18th, there is only one common change, and that's going to be a trine between Mercury and Venus. This is going to be a positive, but a very short-term aspect. Very short. It's only going to last a few days. And this is going to give you this a sense of adventure. You're going to want to travel. You're going to be looking into your heart, and you're going to be wanting to answer to that call. And this transit can put you in a very good mood, helping you to keep things very light and expressive. You're going to want to express affection. You're going to seek harmony, and you're going to be really comfortable in any situation that is conducive to harmony and balance. Remember, your life path is, influenced by the number 2. And so that's you continuously looking for harmony. So if you have destroyed your relationship at this point and broken up, you will be doing whatever it takes to feel harmonious and balanced. I hope that's not what happens, unless that's what's meant to happen, then I hope so. But what's more important is that you find harmony and balance, and that's exactly what you'll be doing between the 15th and the 18th, by means of possibly traveling to somewhere where you can just sort of exhale and breathe in fresh, clean air. You need an adventure, and so you'll be answering the call from within your heart to go ahead and go on that adventure. And honey, you have my permission. Go, go, go. Now that Venus and Mercury trine is going to carry out all the way to the 21st, and that's as far as I can read for you. Can only see so far ahead. And basically, the additional energies from the 19th to the 21st, the only thing that I see different that you're going to be dealing with is the moon and Venus will be sextiling. So this is beautiful. All right, this is going to give you some positive energy to help you accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. This is going to be a good time for you to mend some of your friendships and other relationships. You'll be wanting to, and you'll be getting a lot of real beautiful pleasure from entertaining friends. Anything pleasant and happy relative to family life as well. So take this opportunity to express your feelings to the people close to you. You are more likely to be received well anytime from the 19th till the 21st. This is when people are really going to open up to receiving who you are and your affections expressed. Okay, you don't want to waste your energy. So wait until the 19th, between the 19th and the 21st, to show the people you love how much you love and care for them. All right. And this is also a good time for you to enhance your beauty and even the grace of your home as you attain some sort of level of harmony in your domestic affairs. So again, you're being emphasized here, your domestic life. There's going to be a lot of destruction. Now, it doesn't have to be. It's just the fact that Pluto is in a trine for you. So, or in an aspect, it's in an opposition. And it's also square with Venus. So it's really addressing your love situation. So there could be a lot of destruction, or it could be, very little destruction. It depends on how meaningful your relationship is to your higher self. So if your higher self does not any longer approve of your current relationship, I promise you it will fall apart, and there's nothing you can do to prevent it. It will be destroyed. It has to be, so something new and beautiful can be rebuilt. So I don't really know for sure where you are, but trust and believe that, what's meant to happen is happening. So you can talk to me about that later. Let's get on with your actual reading. Okay, so let's talk about your life path number. And that is the number 6. And that's really an interesting number. First of all, 6 represents balance. It represents equal give and take, and it represents reciprocal energy. So, it's kind of indicative that, the type of energy that you put out in your life is what you get back. So that's really good. It also represents lots of love, romance, sex, loyalty, and those can be found giving and taking from and to all of your relationships. This is also representative of someone who is generally endowed with a special tendency towards leadership, even inspiration, that sets you apart from the mass consciousness. Because the numbers, they're intensified via vibration of potency. And those who possess this number, like you, the number 6, typically comes from a derivative of the number 33. Your specific number is 33, but when using numerology, it's reduced to a 6. For you, it means that you have a heightened obligation in life, such as greater requirements of self-discipline and a purification of consciousness. You find it not easy to fit in society because of this. You may find yourself sort of ahead of the times of others, and maybe even find that people seem to think that your theories or your ideas about life are actually very threatening to them. You may be very futuristic. This can make you be forceful sometimes in your attempts to serve others, but it can cause you to also be intolerant of any sort of indifference or differing mores and opinions of others. This can also make you sometimes be overly emotional, to the point where you just cannot adjust to the needs of others. You may even see others as a problem, more than you would see yourself as being the problem. When you don't recognize your gift, you can actually be overprotective, rebellious, and avoid positions of responsibility. And you also look for praise and approval from certain people. And this can make you an inactive martyr or a martyr of your family, where you can't really establish any clear boundaries. Also, self-representing boundaries are an issue for you. Implementing any type of safe space is a challenge for you. You just kind of go for it and usually end up making mistakes with people and in certain relationships. You resist making changes in yourself, and you tend to be worried. All right. Although you can be sympathetic and you can be a good counselor, often psychic or spiritual, you tend to have concern for other people and even for the general public, which is really good. It's a kind of cosmic parenting that you have, like that type of energy where you're, sort of everyone's mother, but, not really interested in your own parenting per se. You prefer to create harmony at home and at work. You can be a leader in institutions of positive welfare and human services. So social services may be a great venue for you to consider working in. Here's a really cool, interesting fact. Your attitude number is number 8. And the attitude number is the outlook that you sort of present to the world. All right, so this is what the world sees you as. And they see you as extremely powerful. Whether you realize this or not, this is what the number 8 people actually are perceived as free and powerful. You are able to really reflect God's plan, but it doesn't bind you to any type of spirituality or religion. But you do have this concise ability to choose yay or nay, or you're in or out. You can go dark or you can go light. Very powerful energy. Number 8s belong to the position of authority, and they have an inherent courage and some sort of, you have an endurance to accomplish things. You seek to accomplish the impossible dream, and that's the kind of energy that you get from being a number 8 in an attitude. And with that power comes responsibility, of course. 8s hold the key to the material world, and they have a spiritual responsibility for this gift. So the thing is that, the key to that whole number for you is that other people perceive you as being a very powerful personality because of this. And then you've got a couple challenges throughout your lifetime that you will experience. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about some of them. And this is the number 3 comes up as a challenge for you. This is going to be your main challenge area. Threes, you got to understand, first of all, what is the number 3 about? This is an urge for you to be in self-expression and to have variety in your life. The number 3 is representative of someone who's talkative, someone who's highly communicative. 3s can also relate to many different cultures and concepts due to flexibility hidden in this number. Usually there's music and arts or some sort of outlet of creativity that you're seeking that's hidden within you. And, you've got to develop that in order to be much more free. All right. The biggest challenge about the number 3, or a person whose challenge is number 3, is that you can tend to get bored very easy and you move from one job to another. You may even switch projects, or you may even switch lovers quite often. There is a high creative force to the number 3, and that can lead you to either happiness or unhappiness. Of course, you decide. The one who understands his or her goals, makes a major decision in life, and who follows it directly and straight up without worry and uncertainty is the one who gets to achieve these goals, of course. All right. Others, and you're dreaming. You're achieving things that others are only able to dream about. And that's the significance about you, is that, first of all, it's who you are. Second of all, it's your challenge to overcome. And you typically do if you're focused and set your mind to whatever it is that you want to accomplish. You've got the power to do it. And the number 3 is your challenge. It's, you're wanting so much diversity and versatility. But if you can just stay focused, you succeed. You always will succeed. The number 3 is the closest number to the number of source. And, light may come from this dynamite. When there's deviation and, your desire for vacillation and variety, when that happens, this is when you deviate. If, like I said, just stick to the pursuit of your, whatever it is that you're, focused on, and resist any of your temptations. You'll always succeed. And then, of course, with the number 3, there is uncertainty. This is when you can get bored, This is when you're just moving from one project to another. So remember, you have to consciously resist that. And let's talk a little bit about your life pinnacles. This is going to affect your entire life. All right. And a pinnacle is basically a time or a period of time. It's typically an age bracket, and it's determined through, a certain mathematical formulation that will give me what your exact pinnacles are. So let's talk about your first pinnacle. All right. Your first pinnacle is going to be between the ages of 0, from when you're born, to the age of 29. So from age 0 to 29, this is your first pinnacle, and it's all about the number 8. Again, this is the power. All right. So this is going to be from 0 to 29 is going to be your most powerful cycle in your entire life, where you had the most power. In this age bracket, or this pinnacle of your life, you kind of walk around bringing the power with you. You don't need elements or other people or experiences or memories to tap into your power. You sort of bring it with you wherever you go. It's a beautiful thing. This symbolizes your action, and it's all about your action to overcome your passion for justice. 8 belongs to the number of position of authority. I already mentioned that to you. This is where you have amazing courage to endure and accomplish the impossible dream. So again, this is kind of the energy that you were, most prominently working with during the ages of 0 to 29, is that power to go after what everyone else is dreaming about. You were making it happen. And then let's talk about your second pinnacle. All right, your second pinnacle is, represented by the number 2, which is about being fair and being balanced. And of course, this is for the age bracket of 30 to 38. So for ages 30 to 38, this is a very small pinnacle. I very rarely see pinnacle number 2 being such a small bracket. So this is going to be very unique for you. This is a period that's marked with thoughts and actions, all right? Your second pinnacle is all about what do you think? Now you've lived a little bit. What do you think? And what are you going to do about it? And that's what the second pinnacle is all about. And it looks like for you, you spent a lot of time developing mental strategies and raising your mental intelligence. All right. So towards the end of the second pinnacle, this is when you start to put things into action. This is where you're correlating with debates, arguments. You may be disputing things. You have such a thorough understanding of your mental processes and your psychological reactions to things like news and the media. This is when your character is like seriously realized. And then, of course, the number 2 represents union. This is the father, the mother principle. This is cooperation and association. 2s are always in the external search for the other half, all right? This is, you looking for your complement. So between the ages of 30 and 38, you've lived some life. You've got the mental processes figured out. You kind of have an idea who you are, and you want to put that all into action, and then you look around and realize something's missing. So then you start to, between 30 and 38, really have a serious desire for your missing counterpart. This could be your soulmate. This could be a business partner. This could be the other half of, your vibration. Who can, really help me make this come true or make this happen? That's that energy spent during this particular pinnacle. This is when you're a peacemaker and you're understanding the law of harmony and your desire of balance in your life, whether it be work or your personal life. You want harmony and balance all around you. And, symbolically, the prime challenge to the number 2 is fear. Because fear, it sort of plays off the fact that, 2 is balanced and you are 1, you're seeking that other half. So this is going to be between 30 and 38, where you start experiencing the fear of being alone, the fear of not having that perfect match, the fear of having to spend the rest of your life alone. You start to confront those fears in this particular pinnacle. But it's only where there's, this lack of harmony or any evidence of disapproval or any evidence of singularity is where you're going to experience this fear. And of course, that's what motivates you to seek the other half, to balance out anything that is not quite balanced. In this stage of your life, you're typically very shy and sensitive, and you could be very perceptive to any energies around you. You could even be empathic. Your ability and desire to nurture and intuitively understand other people will be heightened in this particular pinnacle. You'll also notice that your patience has matured, which is a really good characteristic. It's good because, in this, at the conclusion of this particular pinnacle, you're going to start to sort of feel free with the way you are. You're going to start to love yourself and appreciate who you have become. And you're going to be, happy. And you're going to be balancing yourself out, even though you notice that things are a little bit, imbalanced. But this is really good because this keeps you, balanced and happy where you normally would have looked for or became some sort of addicted person, addicted to any type of exterior, whatever. All right, and your third pinnacle is between the ages of 39 and 47. And this has the pinnacle number 1 representing it. And this is really interesting. I haven't seen this come up in a long time. For you, this is a really nice, typically lengthy period of time. It seems to go by very slowly. Remember, this is pinnacle number 3, marked by the number 1. It's for the ages 39 to 47. It's a period of time where you're focused on tangible things, your treasures, your riches, your goals, the manifestations, what you've collected in your life, and your emotions. You're experiencing a lot of emotional growth and emotional clarity, emotional understanding for yourself and for others around you. In this particular pinnacle, you'll have a strong sense of independence and a desire to excel and possibly even lead. Maybe in your first pinnacle, you had the power to do that, but you didn't have the desire. Now you'll actually have the desire. The question is, will you be ambitious enough to be able to tap into that old power energy that you had where, you can dream the impossible dream and actually make it come true. Your deepest motivations are going to be hidden motives inside your self-acceptance. The number 1, it will promote your masculine energy to be expressed as an action and accomplishment. So the things that you did not complete, even though you may have had the power to do that, you didn't quite have the desire. Now they're going to line up. So, whatever was not completed in your life, this is the pinnacle or the stage where you can really put those 2 energies together and make magic happen. And the number 1 is also representative of your desire to love, your desire for knowledge, wealth, and or wisdom. And number 1, people with number 1 in this particular pinnacle, they're usually known for their patience. So I'm seeing and I'm feeling that your patience has really matured over the last couple pinnacles. But it's possible that your patience has run out for other people. And how can I explain this? It's you got so much to accomplish and so little time to do it. There's that recognition that you really are running out of time in life and there's some things that you want to do. So you could become selfish and, you'll have a compelling urge or a need for freedom, but it's all about taking action, and you can be really preoccupied to establish your identity. So if you didn't become the person that you always wanted to be, you're going to be so crazy gung-ho to do it. And this particular pinnacle that, you could irritate other people, but it's about you succeeding and doing your thing. And remember, this is from the ages of 39 to 47. So let's talk about your final pinnacle. That's going to be your 4th pinnacle. It's going to be from the ages of 48 to the end of your life. You choose exactly how long that's going to be. That again is using the number 2. So the number 2 is reappearing for your 4th pinnacle. Again, this is about you, wanting more balance. Wanting someone to love, wanting someone to share your life with, wanting someone who is absolutely compatible with you, someone to grow old with. You may feel that you don't fit into society very well. You also may find yourselves ahead of others, like futuristic, and, your theories and your ideas, again, are threatening to other people because they're futuristic. You vibrate so high. And I think in this pinnacle, you'll also be pushed to sort of use your divine gift for self purposes. If you don't realize your own abilities at this time, you're going to, sort of be confronted with them. People are going to reflect and mirror back to you what they are. And you may reject them or you may apply them as inspiration. You may have a fear as well of other higher energies and gifts. But be careful not to be overcritical or oversensitive in this pinnacle. All right, you could have an issue with responding to public reactions. You could be cynical towards society at this stage in your life. All right, But you've got to be more conscious about accepting other people's gifts and accepting your own gifts and sharing your gifts. Seek to express your higher consciousness. Do it gently and subtly, and just be honest and be natural. In this pinnacle, you want to seek to express your higher consciousness and unite spiritual truth with a material plane and become inventive. Become the visionary leader that you were in your first pinnacle again, and just sort of reignite that power in you. And I see you having a very fulfilled life. All right, so that's it for your pinnacle stages. And your karmic number is the number of 4. And you chose to be born on the 4th day, the 4th month. You chose all of this. And the reason why is it represents enclosure, completion, and a foundation. It's a symbol of earth, or the 4th element. 4s are here to build a firm foundation, to labor with concentration, and secure the right to work out their patterns of freedom for any obstacles. Poverty, heartache, and failure. So this is your desire to overcome any of those obstacles. 4s are very down to earth, good, grounded people. 4 is also associated with home, stability, security, contentment, a secure and good supply of things needed in life. So this was your intention. You wanted to be born where you didn't have to worry about things, okay? That anything you needed will come to you. You may also know, because of you choosing to be born on the 4th day, that you may have excellent organization skills. And you find great security in gaining objectives. When you understand the objective of any matter, any subject, any situation, that's where you feel secure. But be really careful, because others can perceive you as being very judgmental, or the judgmental personality type in psychology. But the truth is that you are your own worst critic and guide. And, you're typically very social and naturally gravitate to people of wealth and of good backgrounds. So you were very decisive when you chose to be born under the number 4. And so your karmic number 4 ensures that all of your material and possessions and, spiritual, physical, whatever, your needs are met very easily. All right, let's move on. Hard to carry around. All right, let me finish getting set up. I'm ready to do your actual reading. Just putting the finishing touches here on your setup. These are going to be your clarifiers. Oh, one more. Okay. Clarifier. Okay. Wonderful. I'm ready to begin your reading. So you've got the natal part, and you've got the life path destiny stuff. So that's 2 voice parts of this reading, and then you've got 2 actual card readings. And yeah, that's it. And you've got oracle advice cards that are actually on the second half of the reading. Now, your first half of the reading is your past life card with a clarifier, and then a life purpose card with a clarifier. I've never set up the past life reading like this, but this is how I was spiritually led to set it up for you. So I don't argue with spirit. I do what I'm told to do. This is what I was led to do for you. So let's begin. Let's just clear the energy before I do this. I'm feeling anxious. Love that. That helps so much. All right, now let's begin. You have a crystal charge reading. I've got a whole basket of crystals there. I've got a bunch here. The cards are crystal charged. They're always crystal charged. I'm using a little selenite for protection. We're going deep into your past, and we're gonna find out basically like what is, what has resurfaced for you and why. So we need the protection of the selenite. All right, so let's begin with your reading, starting with the past life, and then I'll move into the life purpose. The life purpose information, that's these green cards. This is going to kind of talk about now, today. So we're going to go from the past to the present, the past to the present, the past to the present. You got 4 sections, and if I need more clarifiers, they're open and they're ready for me to draw from, already shuffled and channeled for your reading, so we will go ahead and draw for them if we feel the need for more. All right, getting started. Your first, I need the book. Your first life purpose card is Trust and Faith. And I'm sorry, I'm going to read the book for these. I always do. I just hate to be wrong in such an important reading. Trust and Faith. And it's clarified by the 8 of Cups. The question that you're asking today is connected to the levels of trust and faith that you have. These 2 qualities affect the amount of fulfillment, peace, and joy that you will experience. If you find that you do not trust yourself, others, or even life itself, the reason may be rooted in prior lifetimes. This card may indicate a past lifetime where you were betrayed by a specific person who is in your current life. This is also true with respect to the amount of faith that you have in the universe or in God. Look at the other cards that you drew surrounding this one for clues as to which lives this may have shattered or boosted your faith or trust. You drew this card as a sign to have faith and trust that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. While it is true that you learn from your past, it is also important that you live in the moment without clouding it with past pain. Very, very important. And in your faith and trust issues, that they are directed at certain individuals. Listen to these feelings, as they may be red flag warnings for you to heed. You can forgive someone for past life, and also follow your inner guidance to avoid him or her if it is warning you to distrust this person. And then, like I said, your clarifier is the Eight of Cups. Trust and faith. The Eight of Cups is about walking away, but it's not just throwing in the towel and walking away. It's about going through a really emotional, analytical process where you really sort of look at everything that's hurt you and you decide to walk away and do something better. Usually it's in the pursuit of love. This card can cause someone to feel like they've been left, they've been abandoned. If this is an energy that was thwarted to you or towards you. I'm really getting the feel and the sense. I'm feeling like empathically, I get emotional and bewildered. And I feel like mad tension on my shoulders right now. So I'm feeling like as you went through this analytical process in your past life, that was such a trivial time period, and you had to like walk away from everything that you invested in. You worked really hard putting this emotional investment into a situation, a family, a loved one, a marriage, happy home, maybe businesses that you built or something, and you literally had to walk away from it, and not knowing for sure what was going to come of you walking away, but it was a trial of your trust and your faith. I feel like it was successful. Nonetheless, probably the hardest thing you ever had to do in your last lifetime. And you survived it. There's the Eight of Cups is you really walking away from 5 of them walking away from 6 of them. And there's 2 behind you. Yeah. And then your life purpose for this energy. So where you've got the need for trust and faith, this is your truth. I'm choking. Excuse me. Okay, so you've got trust and faith as a past life issue, a past life energy where it was a huge obstacle, or there was some sort of test, some sort of trial or tribulation, and then you clarified that with the Eight of Cups. So you had to walk away from something and just totally and completely have trust, have faith. And this is the significance, beginning impact of your past life that's here in your present life, and the influence, what you can get from that in this particular lifetime, or your life purpose from now because of that, is creative expression, that your soul longs to express itself creatively. So what I'm thinking and feeling, because you've got the 3 of Pentacles here as a clarifier, I'm thinking and feeling that you're probably going to need to collaborate with others. You may need to collaborate, just came up as a message, the collaborative, somebody else posted something else on YouTube and it said collaborate, as I said the word collaborate to you. So synchronicity here. So creative expression and trust and have faith. They want you to tap into this original energy that you've come into this particular life cycle with having to trust and have faith. So I already know that being faithful, trusting the unseen, trusting in phenomenon, this has been a challenge for you. This has been an area of your life where you probably go back and forth. One experience you're able to trust, and the next experience you're probably, I don't want to say not, but you probably struggle with it. You probably have to constantly remind yourself to trust and have faith. And so this gives you testimony. It gives you a story. It gives you something to work with. Also, if you collaborate and work with others, you can do some sort of creative expression and you can share your story. You can document it. You probably have stories to tell that would teach the rest of us to, or how to be more faithful and more trusting. And creative expression is the tool that you'll use to actually share that story, to create, develop, and share that story. All right, so your next section here is medicine woman or man. And that's being clarified by the King of Wands in reverse. So in your past life, you may have actually had I'm hearing that you may have failed to heal a few people, or think you have. But this is you definitely being a healer in another life, and there may have been a situation where you didn't succeed. And I'm like feeling my body while I discuss this. And I'm feeling like really bad stomach pains and like cramps, but it's like spiritual. Let's read the message. This card reveals your past lifetime as a healer. You brought this knowledge forward and it is now embedded within your unconsciousness. This is why you have an instinct or an instinctive knowledge of healing, as well as a natural healing gift. You drew this card to help you gain confidence as a healer. This is just a reminder that that's who you are. I already read that. Perhaps you're considering taking classes or entering into a healing profession. This card indicates that you have a soul connection to this topic. While there's never a guarantee or an absolute success, you have a passion and a calling for healing that could form a basis for a successful practice. But you've got the King of Wands. So either in a past lifetime, you may have failed to heal someone, or you may have failed to develop, to the full extent some of your healing capabilities. You may have dibbed and dabbed in it instead of really totally submerging yourself. And this could be an indicator coming up for you that, hey, this is who you truly are. And this is your opportunity to go ahead and fully extend yourself and submerge yourself into the occult of healing. And, the King of Wands also talks about you not taking action. You may have failed for this particular lifetime to take any action, but it's in you and you can feel it and you can hear it. And maybe even other people recognize that you have some sort of healing abilities that you deny. So, it could have been a failure. It could have been the failure to really, go deep, or it could have been the failure to really help someone else actually heal and succeed their illnesses. But I think more than anything, it's about you not taking action on this gift that's within you. This is so interesting. Wow. The corresponding life purpose message here for your medicine work message. So you've got body art. And I mentioned before, as an Aries, you know, your body is like really important to you. Your physique, it weighs heavy on your mind. Even if you're not consciously doing anything about it or actively doing anything about it, you're constantly thinking about it. All right, so your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So creative expression, body work. You can really, trusting and faithing and using medicine and healing. You can really find your truth, all right? Connecting your past life with your current life. And it looks like you could do a career change. So the clarifier on the body work is the Knave of Pentacles. This is a new idea. This is a brand new beginning. It's a spark. It's not necessarily the happenings of a beginning, but it's a spark of a new beginning. This is aha. And I see your aha. Aha, become a massage therapist. Aha, become a Reiki healer. Aha, you can heal others just as I can. And this is a gift inside of you that is thousands of years old. And you're not going to be able to run from it. It's here. It's knocking on your door saying, hello, remember me. And so the aha moment can be that you can really have a new beginning. If Pluto is actually tearing up your love sector. But before I got to you, what did it do to, any of your other houses? I have no idea. So Pluto could have actually caused you to sort of suffer and struggle at work to the point where you feel like this isn't for me anymore. If you experience that at work, there's a possibility that you may be thinking, I need to do something different. This isn't for me. And what the hell am I doing here? Even dedicating 10, 20 years in a particular field can, it can show you that you don't belong there, and you could decisively choose to put it to an end. And so, maybe this could be a passion project for you. Maybe it could be a lucrative career for you. It's up to you. I do see that you're not taking action. I do see that maybe in the past you didn't take action. You didn't fully submerge yourself. Maybe because someone didn't completely heal, you didn't have the confidence that you needed to move forward. You didn't take this, you weren't aggressive in pursuing this. You were just like, yeah, whatever, I'm okay, yeah, I can heal. But maybe you didn't take it serious. Maybe this is the lifetime that you should take it serious. So let's keep moving. Oh, interesting. Your next past life message is trees. I love this because this talks about you having a past life connection to the trees. And you've got the 10 of Pentacles on top of that, which tells me that there was a lot of security, a lot of financial security with trees. But it's not just financial security, it's tangible security. Now, if you can connect this together, trees can live to be hundreds of years old, and some can really even be thousands of years old. We don't really know. We don't know the truth. There's no real study on trees until the last couple, decades, maybe even the last century. And so this message talks about you receiving healing energy and having a special spiritual connection to trees. You may even collect leaves, seeds, or limbs, or tree pieces out of love for trees. You may even eat tree sap instead of sugar. I do. Let's read the message. In fact, I prefer tree sap over sugar any day. This card indicates that you have a special relationship to trees. In ancient times, particularly in Celtic and in Eastern European cultures, trees were considered sacred. The Druids looked to oak trees for prophetic information. The ancient healers used tree ingredients such as the willow bark for medicine. Cinnamon, we all use tree bark almost every day. Your connection to trees may have been spiritual, including the ability to receive messages from them. In some cases, these seemingly non-sentient trees are animated by real souls as tree people. You may have even been a tree person, a tree diva in this lifetime or a prior lifetime. This card asks you to spend more time connecting with the trees for healing knowledge and inner peace. So to awaken some of your healing gift, you want to return to the forest of which you came from. Sorry, that coffee was so creamy and sweet. I just had to drink it while it was warm. With this 10 on there, this tells me that this was your life. This was what gave you security, what your foundation was built on. This is the security that you received. So I do know that your connection to trees was substantial in whatever lifetime is popping up here. Now, it's next to trust, faith, and the medicine woman. Here's the truth. So I feel like you got a lot of power from being connected to the trees. And so if you were to return to the trees, you could awaken a lot of those healing powers within you. In fact, they're kind of calling you. You may have a desire to go camping. You may love to go to the park and think, I'm just gonna walk, I'm just gonna run, but it's not really what's happening. Is you're being called to the park for conversation with trees. So what I suggest is that you find a tree that you feel really attracted to and hug that tree, touch that tree, put your feet on the ground in the tree root area and connect to that tree. You could share secrets with this tree. You could tell the tree, you can have designated conversations with this tree. Maybe a particular tree you may want to talk to about your love. Another tree you may want to talk to about work. Another tree you may want to talk to about your life transformation. You will decide. Let your heart lead you, but do get back into nature and connect with trees. You're going to awaken something very special inside of you. Your life purpose card correlating with this tree energy is energy healing. Wow. And the Lover's card is your clarifier, which means you have a choice. I really should shuffle. I really should do. It takes me a long time to set up, and I pray so hard over the cards, and it's a little embarrassing. That's why I don't do it on camera. But this happens so much that the readings flow so beautifully that I fear that people won't even believe that it was just, just set up. Wow. All right, let me read what it says. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. And then, like I said, you got the Lovers here. This is the choice card. Wow. You have a choice. There's a part of you that is pulling on you, and that is to heal, to be a healer, to return to energy healing work. You may have hands that absolutely heal. You may realize that your hands are breathing machines. They breathe and receive energy, and they also give energy. You'll have one hand that receives and one hand that gives. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 messages running congruent of your healing energy. And the foundation or the beginning of it is to trust and have faith and to be creative, express yourself and have creative expression. I need to just keep going. This is blowing my mind. And communal living is your next past life message. I love communal living. This talks about you living in a community setting and having the support of that community. And, finding out in this lifetime that you have to be extremely independent. So, because you had so much support in your past life, you will have to be independent in this lifetime so that you can experience the best of both worlds, right? And that may make you feel very lonely in this lifetime because you've got sort of an energetic memory of being supported in your past life. And not having it can make you feel abandoned. It could cause you to have abandonment issues. And so when people leave you or you have to leave people, you really take it really harshly. And it hurts. It stings really bad. And so your clarifier here is the Fool. Oh my gosh. Having a leap of faith. This is you moving into the unknown, going into the abyss, really just not knowing what's going to come next, but trusting and having faith. Trusting and having faith and just moving forward. That's exactly what the Fool does. The Fool leaves everything behind. And they just move forward. They trust and they have faith. I'm getting like really horrible stomach cramps. They're real. Like they got real. Channeling your energy is interfering with my stomach, but it's okay. Why am I hurting so bad? Use your intuition. Use my intuition. This went from a psychic discomfort to express your scenario to a real pain for me. It does happen. And I ask, why am I feeling this pain? And I got the High Priestess for me to use my intuition, trust my intuition to, to go into the unknown and it will be revealed to me. And the only thing I can think of and feel is to do a Reiki healing on myself. And then I asked, should I demonstrate that to you? And they're like, no, it's private. But to let you know that I will Reiki heal myself, but a message just popped up on my other phone. It says Earth Elements Solar Eclipse, and then underneath that was Water Elements Solar Eclipse, from one of the readers I absolutely love. And she's a healer too. She's a magic woman, but no one really paid any attention to her until she started reading tarot. So now she reads tarot. What I want to tell you about my pain is that it's horrible. And I'm hearing, this is what IBS feels like. This is what cancer feels like. This is what trauma feels like. And I'm like, okay, so these are the things that you should be healing. These may be some of the energies that are actually in your environment. People have suffered. People are... Okay, now as I'm explaining it, it's going away. I love my power. Good. That tells me that I'm on the, right track. So these are the energies that are around you that you need to be helping to heal. That you can actually take this pain away from other people. So I'm asking if it's okay to stray away from the reading to clarify something, and I'm getting prompted to say to say it. So this is totally off the subject of the reading, but totally on the subject of my cramps, whatever they're, spiritual cramps that turned real. Cancer in particular was what I was asking them about. Cancer is a result of suppressed energies. I don't believe cancer is anything more than suppressed energy. And as a result of suppressed energy, we hold on to certain toxins in our body, which become cancer. And they infect our cells and show up on medical devices as cancer. And they require, we're told that they require chemotherapy and concoctions that actually give us different types of cancer and eventually kill us anyway. They're only going to extend our lives. They're not going to remove the cancer, right? They shrink that cancer and cause a different type of cancer. That's what chemotherapy does, right? Someone who takes chemotherapy to cure cancer, like I said, they go through different types of cancer. 5 years later, they come up with a new type of cancer. There is no, when you're using chemotherapy, there is no cure for cancer. You have to release that toxic energy spiritually. You have to release the baggage that's causing the cancer. This is suppressed memories from your past life. This is suppressed pain from this current life. The fear of abandonment, those type of issues. When people hold that stuff in, they're not talking about it. They're going through life holding on to this pain and actually causing cancer because, it's suppressed energy. And so healers, Reiki healers in particular, this is what we do. We work with opening the chakra so those pains, that suppressed energy can be released, which can literally heal someone from cancer. It can literally heal someone from AIDS. It can literally heal anyone from any ailment that is destroying their DNA or their body if they submit to this Reiki healing. All right, if they trust and believe in it. And so in order for you to conduct that type of healing where you can literally help someone conquer cancer, you, as the healer, have to trust and believe. The pain is totally gone. So okay, and I just got a nudge in my back. Like, good job. Thank you. That was really heavy. All right, so Communal living. Let me read the message. Let's get back on the reading, guys. The lifetime significant to your question involves a community setting or communal setting, such as a convent, a monastery, or a tribe. Your earthly needs for shelter, clothing, food, or anything were provided for. Although you held a job within a community, you fulfilled your responsibilities for the group, but not for individual gain. You are part of a community setting. In your current lifetime, you may feel troubled by the concept of money. You may feel troubled by the concept of earnings, savings, and bills. You may feel unsupported because of your soul. It's accustomed to having a community support system. To assimilate this in this lifetime, find balance and harmony between individual and group needs, between give and take. Understand how you fit into the culture and how the group can help you to achieve your individual goals and aspirations to further your spiritual growth. And remember, no man or woman is an island alone. So, like I said, you're having to, this is where you are now, taking the leap of faith, being the fool, being, getting rid of all of that support, walking away from that, having this new lifetime right now with no support, just having trust and having faith. And you're on this amazing journey, starting from square one. And so your life purpose for today, your message is teaching. And it says you inspire young people to learn. And then you've got that clarified with the Wheel of Fortune. And it's in the upright. So this is going to give you really good lessons to learn, good lessons to teach, great karma along the way. This is energy cycles that are turning in your favor. This independence life that you're living right now is very purposeful. It's meaningful. And I know it's been a struggle because you're used to this community living and you've got this cellular memory of being supported in a community, and you don't have that now. So yeah, you're gonna feel all of the ironic feelings, the loss connected to not having that. But when you get into creative expression, you're going to allow yourself to become this healer that you truly are. You can do this with the intention to teach. You've got this amazing testimony. You've got a past life that has returned to you to say, we haven't left. We are still inside of you. These are energies that you behold, and they need to be waken up or awakened inside of you. I really love this past life portion of your reading. So now I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break and refill my cafe. And I am going to get into your actual reading. And we're going to learn about exactly what era this time period is coming from and what the spiritual energy is around that era. And we're going to learn, why you came into this particular life purpose with this energy. Like what is this all trying to tell you, besides the fact that we can, I can intuitively tell you you're getting a wake-up call right now to start healing. That means everything that has kept you from being a healer is going to be removed from your life. Excuse me. By means of you losing your job, by means of relationships being destroyed, people even walking out of your life and not wanting anything to do with you because they don't belong in your life. So you're going to find and see a lot of that happening. So I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, here we are. I'm ready to begin your reading. This is the real past life reading. Now that we have your past life influence, we know exactly what past life facet or sides of you are trying to come through. We know now exactly why there's so much transformation in your life. It's because the healer in you wants to reignite or re-emerge. Okay? All right. You are a healer who should be working in the field of healing, helping to heal the lost or the sick. Okay. Yeah, we need to fire some doctors because they're not being honest with us. Doctors are, I have my personal philosophy about doctors. I think they're full of shit. And yeah, they should all be fired and replaced with real healers. All right, old medicine healers, past life healers like you and me. So let's move forward with your reading. Your first card, this is going to represent the spirit of the error that we're talking about. And you've got the Eight of Pentacles. This is a period of time where you were really perfecting your skill. So I feel like that you didn't go gung-ho with the healing energy. I feel like you weren't really submerged. Maybe it was alchemic training. You didn't really maybe give a whole lot into it. But I feel like that was the focus of that spirit, or, you know, of that error, or the spirit that should have been focused on. You may not have taken action on that in this lifetime, and you may have in your last lifetime, or vice versa. There was sort of a standstill energy with your healing energies. Either you didn't continue forward, or, you know, you may have had a failed project or failed caseload that sort of made you stop, you know, and not want to progress any further with the healing. So this is a time or an energy in your past life that, you know, it was about focusing on perfecting your skill, really magnifying who you were as a healer, what you could do as far as your capabilities and abilities as a healer. All right. I'm also getting, I'm getting 800. Hold on one second. This is energy from possibly about 800 years ago. All right. $800 years. Wow. Wow. Confident. And I'm getting this, I'm hearing like, you know how in the movies when they reverse things or they rewind things, that's kind of the noise. It's like everything's rewinding for me. So yeah, about 800 years ago. Okay, so number 2 is your reasons for coming into that life purpose, or look at that. The Sun in reverse is because of your inability to heal, your unhappiness, or you were not happy with things, and so you wanted to change things. This is gosh, I don't even know what 800 years looks like. 800 years ago would look like. I have no idea. I'd have to look it up. And I may do that when I finish this reading, just so I know, and I definitely encourage you to do that. What would it look like 800 years ago? What would we be living as? But, you know, the reason why you came into that particular life purpose of wanting to be a healer or becoming a healer was because of the unhappiness. This is probably a lot of people being sick, a lot of people unable to heal, a lot of people, you know, really having traumatic situations that were very depressing, a lot of depressing energy, a lot of dark energy. This could have been a lot of spiritual dark energy, suppressive energy, and, you know, sort of everything working in the shadows, behind the scenes type of energy. And you wanted to be a healer to sort of shine the light on top of these subjects and in these matters of people's lives, where people were unhappy, unable to heal themselves, unable to enjoy life. You wanted to bring that joy to them. You wanted to fix people. So, and that's what gave you happiness. And so that's why you chose that life. All right. And so number 3 is your unexpected results and how they changed your life. Number 3. the Two of Wands. You've had to release some sort of commitments, and you dealt with a lot of strife, a lot of overwhelming strife. It was, you know, here I am, I make this commitment, I'm here, and things worked against you for some reason. You may had to release them. These were the unexpected results. You may had to actually deal with the explosion of doctors. You may have had to go into hiding as a healer, being outcasted as a witch or abnormal or evil. A werewolf is coming up. Yeah, interesting. Werewolf. What does a werewolf mean? What does werewolf mean? I got the Two of Cups. So you could have had mutual energies with werewolves. This is, what is a werewolf? What's the significance of a werewolf is they can appear as a normal person, but by night they transform. And so this could have been, you know, a mutual energy that you had, the ability to transform, the ability to appear normal, but just completely transform. And so I'm getting change too. Yeah, transform, change. You definitely had to deal with a lot of strife. But, you know, it was unexpected. It's things that come after you. It's like you were, you know, you put yourself on the line every time that you heal someone is what I'm feeling. Is that you're really putting yourself out there like in danger to help someone. And I feel like, you know, it may have actually caused you to have to abandon those beliefs. Not out of fear, but out of needing to protect yourself so that you can, you know, continue to be this person. I'm also feeling like you had to be a healer in secret, which would explain you not being able to submerge yourself completely in the alchemy or the alchemic training or teachings of your occult. Okay, it's like you had a natural cultivation of your abilities, and then it all came to a standstill. It didn't move any forward. It could not progress. So you knew what you knew, and that was it. And now you've got the forest. You've got the trees that are calling you back saying, we want to teach you more. It's okay for you to learn now. No one's going to hurt you. You can make this commitment now and, you know, you can learn. And you won't have that strife that you had before. In fact, you know, I don't want to say that you'll have to practice this in hiding, because that's not necessarily true. But just like you were a target back 800 years ago, you know, we as healers, we are targets now. I can be targeted at any time because of my healing. So I do my healing low key. I'm low key, you know what I mean? And it's up to you how big you want to go. If you're actually out there knocking doctors out of the box, yeah, you're going to be a target. But, you know, that's not my focus. My focus is not to replace any doctors. My focus is to attract those who need me, and they'll come to me. And that's it. That's how I use my magic. If you need me, you know I'm there, and you'll come to me, and I heal you. And that's the kind of energy that you're being told to have. Okay, so number 4 is, what is it that you know that you learned? What did they teach you? All right, and you've got the Prince of Swords in the reverse. So you know what they taught you was you know, how to conceal things. You had to be not necessarily dishonest, but you had to turn your truth into this secret life. It's like the werewolf thing. You like having this secondary disguise, this way to hide yourself. So you had to be somebody that you were not really truly that person, that persona. You had to create this persona about yourself, and that's what you learned. And I think that probably weighed very heavy on you, where you just couldn't really be your true self. You couldn't be the extrovert healer that you wanted to be. And with the Prince of Swords in reverse as well, this is, you learned a lot. You come into this maturity. And, this is sort of like where you're learning integrity. You're learning to implement truth and integrity, and you're doing research, and you're getting to the bottom of certain scenarios and situations and understandings of things. And, you're taking the lessons that you have learned and you're concealing them. You're not honest about them. So if somebody were to, sort of, put you in front of other people and say, accuse you, you're this, you're that, you were able to say, no, I'm just an ordinary person. I do this, I do that, and I don't know what you're talking about. And that's what you learned in this energy. You were able to really sort of, be, hide your aggressiveness for your passions, to really keep it toned down, low key, and really just be this ordinary person when you were really truly a very extraordinary person. All right, and so let's move forward. How you dealt with them once you were separated from who you were, your calling. It's like you were pulled away from what you truly were to be what people wanted you to be, what the society at that time expected from you. And so it caused a severance between who you were and who you they needed to see you as. So let's see, number 5 is how you dealt with them once you were separated from them, or from that suppressive energy. And that is that you've really struggled to create boundaries for yourself. You may have found that, you may have been afraid to use your power. You may have been afraid to protect yourself for the fear that, you would be seen as using your power or using magic, and that may have frightened you in some way, shape, or form. So, the 7 of Wands talks about you taking a stand for yourself, protecting yourself, creating boundaries, and it's in the reverse for you. So it's you not being able to do that, not establishing any security boundaries for yourself. All right, so let's move on. Number 6 is what Spirit has been doing, what the Spirit has been doing, or how they have lived since parting ways. Wow. You got the Hermit in reverse. So your spirit, since 800 years ago, since this life that you lived 800 years ago, has been avoiding going in. The fear of being outcast for your magic and your power being such an intimidating factor in your community has really caused you to be afraid to look at it. You have possibly feared yourself for maybe 800 years. This is also you knowing that you're a healer and not trusting it, not believing it, not giving it the time of day, not wanting to cultivate it, not wanting to take a look at that energy inside of you. This could be also you in complete denial of it. Ouch. Your reading is amazing. Why has this energy chosen to resurface in this lifetime now? Because you can't love. Because you're closed off emotionally. Because you've turned out. or dumped out your cup. And your higher self is doing this. Your higher self is really clearing your palate. It's I am getting an image of your tongue being scraped. Palate. Okay, that makes sense to me. Clearing out your palate. And they're showing me scraping your tongue. So now everything, when your tongue is clean, everything that you taste, you get enhanced flavors. You get to really experience your food in a whole new way. There's no miss or hit in the sensors of your tongue. You get the salt and the sweet, as I'm hearing. Yeah, okay, that's really... they give me really crazy analogies sometimes, but you're really closed off to love and to the full energy of emotions. All right, so you've been living an emotionless life, really closed off, really feeling like, you know, you like maybe even feeling like you don't deserve love, or that you can't have love, and then you're not capable of it. This is also you feeling love for someone and not feeling safe to express it. This is also you not welcoming it, the expression of it into your life on accident, really doing things to block it possibly. All right, so remember the question is, why has it returned to your lifetime and in this lifetime? And that's because you've been so closed off. So what it really wants you to do is to love. And how do you love? How are you going to love? And that's by healing and helping others, because it's who you truly are. You're a healer. And so your life is going to be destroyed until that's all you've got left. Until you turn this around and face the music that you are a healer. That's Plutonian energy. And funny, this speaks of Venus and Pluto right now. You've got, was it a square or a conjunction? I can't remember. But Pluto and Venus are working together right now to completely disassemble your love life. And it's not by mistake, my dear. It's not at all by mistake. And it's showing up in your reading. You can't love another until you've truly learned to love yourself. And there's a part of you that you've been afraid to look at for the fear and the repercussions, because you are unable to create boundaries. You were the fear of protecting that. I mean, there was a lot of power. You had to release those commitments. You had to hide who you truly were. You've been probably accused of being, some evil magic person, when all you really were was very spiritual and a healer. And you were helping humanity, not hurting it. But of course, 800 years ago, witches were hung and and I'm a witch, and we're not evil people. We are very spiritual people. We are, able to harness the energy, the 4 elements. And number 4 is your karmic number. It's a very special number to you. You chose to be born on the 4th day, the 4th month. You got a double reminder that 4 is important to you. So there's a reason why this is all coming up for you now. This is beautiful. So let's talk about number 8, which is your understanding. Are you understanding the purpose of this coming back? And that's the 7 of Cups. It's because you're having options now. It's because life has been presenting to you some illusions. And that's probably your reality right now, has been an illusion that you could live this normal life and be this normal person who gets up and goes to work and, has a boss and has a family and bullshit. It's not who you are. And it's wearing you thin right now. And you're wanting to make a choice, but you're taking a look at the options in your life and you're like, I'm just not really sure. I can't really see clearly. That's because you're afraid to go in. When you do, your capacity to love changes. It goes from this to this. All right. And this will go to this. You'll know exactly who you are and what you want and how to get there. And it'll happen for you. You'll be able to make a decision. You'll be able to sort of clear the fog and see who you are and go for that. And so, for you to really understand the purpose for this coming back, it's about you, realizing who you truly are. And you have an option right now. This is knocking on your life right now because it wants to come back. It wants to be realized. These energies want to be realized, but you have to choose it. You have to decide that this is who I am. This is who I want to be again. This is what I want to do. You have to decide that. All right, and so let's look at number 9. Number 9 is the relationship between you when coming back together again. So becoming, interesting. When you become this healer again, all right, and you're, you're going to be able to love. You're going to be able to go inside without the fear of what you're going to see. What's going to happen? The relationship is going to change. You're going to be able to see the future. You're going to be able to plan. You're going to be able to make commitments. You're going to be able to make plans. You're going to be able to do things that you never thought possible. Like I said, and that sort of was coming down on me. Healing people from cancer, healing people from AIDS, healing people from their own demise through choice, through freedom, through self-expression. Releasing this pent-up energy inside of us can actually clean our bodies. All right? Also, this is the number 3. And we talked about the number 3 before in your life path information. This is, that uncertainty. You having your stable foundation, things are balanced, and then there's something added to the equation. And so you're kind of like moving forward, like look in search of the number 4. And this is where you are most comfortable. This is who you are. You are a number 4. You're all about that balance and that stability. So this is the relationship, is you are in search of more. And that's going to be the development of what it is that you discover when you go inside, which unlocks your ability to love and be loved so that you can choose who you are and what you want to be. Now you can choose this, or you can choose to stay ordinary as you are, but you're not an ordinary person, and that's why your life has been such a mess, or is becoming such a mess, is because this extraordinary portion of who you truly are is screaming to come out. All right, at the expense of really destroying your life as you know it. So, ouch. All right, that's called ascension. No, and we've all gone through it. So trust me, I love you. You're not alone. I've watched my business deteriorate, and I'm still holding on to it, and I've put in and invested and done everything I can to grow my business, and it doesn't grow. I just sustain while I move on to something else. So, yeah, it's going to happen. If it's meant to be, it will be. So number 10 is what the spirit thinks that you've lost touch with, or whatever the blocks are that you have. And that's anxiety, that's cruelty, self-cruelty. This is you being stuck in your head, losing sleep, worrying. Spirit really thinks that you spend too much time worrying about things that you cannot change instead of focusing on the things that you can change. And that is this inner journey. Just going inside, trusting yourself, trusting spirit, reconnecting to the spirit within you, bringing that light into the darkness and saying, you know what? This is my shadow side. This is everything that I'm afraid of. let me see what the hell it is. You know what I mean? Let me shine the light on you and see, why am I so afraid of you? That's what you need to do, is you need to confront your shadow energies. All right? When you release your worry, the stress and the anxiety that you feel is gone as well. You're actually keeping yourself sick in this energy. I feel you losing a lot of sleep, just pacing a lot, worrying too much about the wrong things, really, you know, overexerting very precious energy in like the wrong areas of your life. And that's what Spirit is seeing you do, and they want you to release that. So let's move forward. Your last card is how they intend to help you open up or help you with removing the blocks. And that's the King of Cups. And it's just one underneath the Ace of Cups, which is, you know, a blockage for you. They're going to help you get back in touch with love. Wow. It's love. It is emotional growth. It is love. My water pipes are making noises. Okay, so if they're going to help you overcome these blocks and obstacles with love, this means that that's what it's all about. It's like the final product of your ingredient list. Now we know what we're cooking. All right. It's like I sent you to the store with a grocery list and I didn't tell you what was on the menu. Now we know what's on the menu. Love. This all boils down to love. It's self-love. Your love for humanity. Your ability to help and to love others through healing. That's what's being cooked. That's what's on the menu. Love your past life reading. So let's see what your oracle advice is. This is just for you. It's not for anyone else. The Butterfly Maiden. You are in transformation. You're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. I don't like to use the word blessings. I like to say it brings great gifts. I like to replace the word blessings with anything. Anything that's positive and in, you know, the frame of receipt. The reason why is because bless can mean be less. It can be a down, condescending sort of, it can have this, annotation to, wish less than on someone else. So I, refrain from the word bless. That's a matter of opinion. It is my opinion. I believe Spirit does bless us, but I like to, claim that they gift us. All right. That's how we are. Listening to your intuitive feelings. Didn't I tell you to work on your intuition? No, that was my message, to trust my intuition about translating that pain. Okay, so listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So was mine. Interesting. So those messages that I was receiving about my body was for me, and then I got the intuitive message for me to actually trust my intuition in translating that for you. That was a message for you as well. So what I was feeling was, and then they were telling me that this is what IBS, this is what cancer, this is what suppressed energy feels like. This is your gift to help people heal. And it was debilitating. It was, I was like, okay, do I go lay down again? Or what do I need to do? And then I just had to I had to express it. I had to clear it out by trusting my intuition and releasing it. And that's the message for you. That was your message. The whole thing that I went through was your message. Wow. I get a little beat up sometimes when I do this. This is why I charge so much for my readings. I can take a beating for you. Yeah. So, and then you've got, these are, I don't know where the box is. Oh, it's way down there on the floor. The universe has your back. I am a dreamer of my dream. I am the dreamer of my dream. So you've got to dream the best dream that you can dream and believe in that and see it through. That's this energy in the upright. The Hermit card in the upright. That's you going in and discovering what is your dream and coming out with it in the making. Making it happen. Not being afraid of it. Shining the light on your shadow side and saying, I'm not afraid of you anymore. And then your other message, this is your final message. This is another Universe Has Your Back Oracle card. And it says, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. What a nice message. I really like that. There's nothing sexier than your authentic truth. I concur. I absolutely agree with that message. What a beautiful way to close your past life reading. There's a lot of information in this reading. This reading is a couple hours long. I don't apologize for the length of it. Some readings are longer than others. Some get more cards than others. But, most of my readings get a lot less than what you received today. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it helps you. You are a healer. And you've got a very special connection to earth elements. So being that you're a fire sign, you've got earth, you're Virgo moon, and this is the earth element in you that is probably very prominent. Now remember, you were a Cancer ascendant, so your Cancer energy is water. That's earth, fire, and water. These are amazing elements that you have access to. The only thing you don't really have is air energy, and that's the psychic ability. This is the all-knowing, the bird's eye perspective of everything. You don't have that, and that's okay. You've got a lot of other very grounded energy, and that's beautiful. You also have got purification energy. Fire, earth, and especially water. Well, fire and water are purifiers. All elements have purification abilities. Dirt purifies as well. Look what it does to the dead. It purifies. It turns it into a whole new energy form. So it's a different process, but fire and water can purify like that. Earth and air purify in a very different way. And so, you've got amazing characteristics within you. You've just got to go inside and allow yourself to, dump the cup out. It's already been dumped out. But allow spirit to come in and give rebirth to love for you so that this cup can be filled. Okay? That's it. Trust your intuition, my dear. I love you so much. Thank you for letting me do this beautiful past life reading for you. Give me a message, shout me out, and I'm also going to send you an email with the details of your natal information that are not included in this reading because it's extremely lengthy, and I would just be kind of reading it word from word, and you can do that on your own. And what else do I have to send you? That's it. So thank you. And to the public, the general public watching this message, this has been a past life reading. It's anywhere from a 2 to a 3 hour session. I think it cost about $120, including your natal, life, karmic, and your destiny path number information. And get booked online at the store. All of my information is in the description box below. And I hope to work with you just as I did here in this manner really soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I love and appreciate all of your support. Also, share this with anyone that you think that could use or benefit from a past life reading. That would be someone that you can identify in your circle that has baggage, a chip on their shoulder, emotional distress that they don't know why, someone who's suffering from cancer or any kind of physical body ailments and they don't know why. The truth is they need to release these energies. They need to see a healer. It doesn't have to be me, but I can start them or get them started on their journey for sure. But yes, I do etheric healings for $45 to get you on your path to healing, to help you clear that energy. It's up to you how long you stay cleared out, because as soon as you start welcoming negative energies, you kind of take away from that. But it's up to you. Anyway, I'm here for you. I'm here for you all. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.